Hello Autobots and Decepticons, my name is Somungry and today I'm bringing you some Transformers War for Cybertron action. And in the last video I uploaded, I was reading through the comments and I had a request for some Team Deathmatch tips. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, that's a pretty good idea because most of you will be playing in the Team Deathmatch settings. I, on the other hand, always play in Power Struggle or Countdown to Extinction, and I am just fortunate enough to have people join my session in progress for me to be able to get into these games. So I figured I would help you guys out as much as I can with some Team Deathmatch tips and tricks, and I might not be the best overall person to give you guys these tips and tricks because I do not play much Team Deathmatch. So if you guys do have any other tips or tricks for anyone, please feel free to leave them in the comments so that we can help out as much people as possible. And as I was looking for this gameplay, I knew I had one somewhere, and I felt like the old guy in Indiana Jones at the end of the movies looking through all these boxes for a Team Deathmatch gameplay while I was chewing on my orange Energon Tic Tacs, which are awesome. And I was thinking about some different strategies you can use in Team Deathmatch, and it does depend a lot on what class you're using and kind of how you want to play it. You can play it a lot of different ways, and this is kind of how I envision you playing Team Deathmatch. First off, your mindset going into Team Deathmatch shouldn't be, I should get as many kills as possible, I need to lead the team in kills, I need to get 20 kills. It should not be that. Instead, you should have the mindset of, I need to stay alive and I need to help out my team as much as possible, and I need to take very little deaths if I can. Because the less you die, the better off you're going to be and the more you are going to help your team. Even if you go 3-0, you are helping out your team 3 times and you're providing assists and you're not helping the other team at all with taking any deaths. So, with that being said, the Scientist. He is a hit and run character in Team Deathmatch. You need to swoop in there, inflict as much damage as possible, as quick as you can, and help out your teammates by also swooping in and healing them as quick as possible. And you always want to be on the move with him as he has very little health. He is a big target and an easy kill for somebody else if you are just sitting around. The Scout. The Scout is by far the easiest to stay alive with in the Team Deathmatch settings because of his ability to turn invisible. And with this ability, you should take your time and strike at the most opportune times when you see a soldier, leader, or a scientist in need of help and help finish off your opponent. That is how I recommend using the Scout. You can also use the mark target and take out individual enemies very quickly with that, especially on a one-on-one battle. You will have an advantage if you can mark them. Now for the soldier and the leader, they should stick together. They should use the buddy system. Both of those two should kind of fight side by side because the leader can give whoever is next to him war cry. It is perfect for the soldier because he can cause a lot of conflict and a lot of chaos with his Scrapmaker and his Whirlwind. So you definitely want to stick together because you are relatively the same speed as well. So I do recommend those two guys always trying to fight together, whereas the Scientist and the Scout are more feeding off of the soldier and leader and should swoop in at the most opportune times and come in for as many kills as possible, but they should also get out of there whenever they think they are going to die, or if you are not sure if you're going to die, chances are you're going to die, so you should probably get out of there as soon as possible. Whereas the soldier or leader, you might be able to stick around a little bit longer, cause a lot of damage. And this way, if you do stick together, you will fight most people 2-on-1, especially if a Scout comes out of cloak and tries to kill you, or a Scientist tries to swoop in and quickly kill you. You will have a soldier and a leader, which are the slower two classes, fighting that really fast class to try and kill him quickly. So, pretty basic tips. You obviously always want to stick next to your teammates. It's Team Deathmatch. You're not really playing an objective or not. You could set up on maybe like the backside of your spawn, or you could set up more in the middle of the map. I don't recommend going into their spawn too much because then you're going to flip spawns all the way around and you're not going to know where they're coming from. So you kind of want to stay at the halfway point of the map, and that can be very difficult as a Scientist flying by or a Scout being cloaked inside of their spawn, but it would give your team an advantage because you would know the direction that they are headed in. And now for my biggest tip, I definitely recommend that you talk to your teammates. Because if you are not playing the Scientist, you will not know if your teammates are in need of help or not. So it is very important to call out things and help each other out with your voice. And this applies to any competitive multiplayer game that you play, it's always smart to play as a team and talk together, and that way you will have the tailpipe up on your competition. So I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Remember to leave a comment, leave a rating, and subscribe for more Transformers. And also don't forget to let me know your tips, your tricks when you guys are playing Team Deathmatch. Have a good day, guys.